All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's stick a roof on this birdhouse. All right, so we've got a situation right now. We have the bottom, the side, the two sides, the front and the back created. So now we're going to go ahead and put a roof on it. Roof is two parts. So we're going to go ahead and produce a sketch on the front of the birdhouse to get started. View normal to that plane by tapping N on the keyboard. And then we're going to go ahead and produce a sketch of the shape that we're going to extrude. First thing I want to recognize is that it's a lot easier to do some things wrong first than it is to do them right. So we're going to go ahead real quick, and I'm going to start by producing a vertical line right here off of the peak of that. You see it's snapped to the peak of the birdhouse. So when you see that yellow dot, that's when to click. I'm going to go vertical. I'm going to draw a vertical line. And then right now I'm just going to draw a couple more lines that are crooked. And the only thing that I want to verify is I want to make sure that this line I created right here was vertical. So when I hover over it, you see the vertical symbol pop up. And whenever I hover over this dot, you see that pair of T-shaped constraints. Those are coincident constraints. So that means that this corner, that all the dots there are coincident with each other. They occur at the same spot. So now we're going to go ahead and clean this up. I want to make the sides parallel to each other. So these lines parallel. I've got 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3 lines, and I need to make parallel to each other. So tap, tap gets me parallel, and then tap and tap again makes those parallel. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull this up. You can see appears that there's already a perpendicular constraint on there. We'll double check, so tap, and that worked fine. So we have a perpendicular constraint at this corner. We have parallel and parallel at those spots. So these lines are parallel to each other, and that guy is vertical. Here is one side of our roof. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add some dimensions. We know that the roof, the thickness of the materials we've been working with so far has been 1/4 inch. So we're going to make that 1/4 inch, and then the length of this was roughly 2 inches. So we're just going to go ahead and make that 2, and there we have it. The next thing we're going to, once we have that roof, we're going to go ahead and make a copy. The other side is exactly the same. So we're going to actually be able to use the mirror tool right here to make a copy of what we have. So just tap on the vertical line when we use the mirror line, and then we're going to select the entities that we want to mirror, and that's it. Hit that. Let's give it a name, and there is the outline for our roof. Now it's just a matter of extruding, and there are going to be 4 extrusions. Okay. First we'll extrude the overhang out the front, and then we'll extrude the backs. So we're going to hit the extrude button. We'll tap the section there. We want to extrude that a 1/4 inch. That's going to be a new part. We're going to call that roof 1 overhang. So that's roof part 1 overhang. That's going to create a new part down here. So we'll rename that roof part 1. And then we'll go ahead and create the other part of that. So we'll continue to extend that back. I'm going to drag that all the way back here, about 2.75 inches. And that is not going to be a new part, that's going to be an added part. Of course, it's giving me a red symbol, so it's saying, I don't like that. So we have to tell it that we want to add it to the orange part we already started. So we're adding it to roof 1. Now, looking pretty good. Give that a name. We'll call that roof 1 main. A large section, or a large main, or large, we'll take that. So that creates a solid single part. So there's your roof 1, and we made it from 2 components. So we're missing our sketch that we created the first one on. So let's go ahead and get that sketch back. So So right here you see, just hit that, poke it in the eye, turn that beast back on. We're going to do the exact same thing. We'll go ahead and extrude that profile, 1/4 inch, just like we did before. That's a new part. Oh, we merged that. So let's go back and change that. I accidentally made that a merge. We're going to make that a new item. That's going to create a new part for us. And let's call that Roof 2 Overhang. And then we need to extend that. Let's rename that Roof 2. So now we have Roof 1 and Roof 2. Roof 1 and Roof 2. You highlight Roof 1, Roof 2. Let's go ahead and close off Roof 2. So we're going to extrude. I'm going to go the other direction. And we're going to go, let's make it extruded up to the face. Extrude to that face. And that's an add. And we have to tell it that we want to add it to the existing roof section. So you can see that it highlights Roof 2. It's an add. Everything looks green. So Roof 2 main section. And that's all she wrote. We just created the roof. So hopefully that was clear. There's other ways to go about doing this, but that's an easy one. Check that eyeball. And go be awesome.